Not everyone is cut out to be a rebel. Some people were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Some people don't want to watch the world burn. They just want to make hats and forget about war, heresy, giant insects, and dying over and over again hundreds of years in the past in another man's body. How far is too far to go to reclaim the simple life of a milliner?
All right, I'm ready.
All right, awesome. When we left off with Zonan, we had a bit of a cliffhanger, didn't we?
Oh, we absolutely did.
Yes, it said one unread message as you put your helmet on, and you were standing, as I recall, up here at the platforms at the station.
So do I have to put in a 4-digit passcode to access my voicemail, or how does that work?
No passcode required. You could just see that there's that flashing notification, and as sort of usual with the HUD in your helmet here, what you just need to do is focus on it with your eyes, and then that will activate that part of the HUD.
Okay, I do that.
All right. You get a voice-only message, obviously. I mean, they don't have video recording capabilities that you know of, but you hear a voice speaking to you, and it says, I take it this is Zonan Chan. This is a recorded message. Do not reply.
Okay.
I am Governor Denton Yang of Sector 3. You know me. We have briefly met some time ago. I have an important proposition for you, and it would be in your best interest to accept it before the church and the rest of their forces find your hub and destroy it. And they are nearly there, trust me. If you want to save your friend, or even just yourself, meet me here in the next 3 days. And then there is a sort of a map attachment that shows a location.
Voicemail where then? What's the map showing?
It shows you a location that is outside of Gov's domain. It's further to the west than where you've been before. So it's in the Badlands outside of Sector 2. No, Sector 2 is on the east side. Sector would be 6.
Well, that poses a bit of a problem. I don't know how to get places sneakily, because I can't commandeer the old...
You can't commandeer the ship. You could maybe look for a platform that could take you nearby.
I guess, yeah, but I got to make sure I'm well equipped to defend myself in the case that this all goes south.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'd like to go find somewhere where I can interface with Hub.
Okay. You could always go to Hub Score, or you can go to your room. There are lots of different places. You can interface with Hub anywhere, unless you mean a physical interface.
Yeah, I just want to find somewhere where I can chat with Hub, but can I chat with Hub right here?
Yeah, you just summon Hub.
Raise my sword to the sky. Hub!
Hub appears. They walk out of a wall, and they're like, oh, hello, Zonan. Everybody's looking for you.
Oh, yeah. I've just been taking my evening stroll, as it were.
Are you okay?
I'll be honest with you, Hub. I've been better.
It sounds like you've had a traumatic experience out on the surface. I'm very sorry that you had to go through that.
It wasn't easy, but I think I just need some time to process. I was thinking about going on a little vacation.
A vacation?
Yes, as I say it dawns on me that I don't know if that's an actual thing in this world.
Of course.
Okay, I know what a vacation is. Okay. Yeah, I just want to get away for the afternoon. No, not a lot. I'm not going away. I just want to go clear my mind.
Well, you could always walk up on the surface of Hub if you wish. It's lovely out there.
I just want to lose myself in nature, Hub. I want to be out where the wind is flowing past my face through my hair, and I can smell trees or sand.
I see. You're feeling homesick.
Yeah, and I was wondering if you could help me out kind of on the sly here.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, I want to get away, but I don't want people following me. I just want to take a walk on my own here, and I'm looking to go to. You said B6.
Yeah, it's west of Sector 6, outside of Sector 6.
I'm looking to just go to the wastelands here. Go out to the great wild and clear my head around this area, and I bring out that map that I remember I have, and I point to it.
Oh, that's interesting. That's fairly far from where you were born.
Yeah, well, you know me. I love new things. I've never been there before, and I just feel like I'll recenter myself if I were to have a new first.
That's true. You do enjoy new things. Very well. Let me see if I can find you a platform near that location. And Hub goes still, and they're staring off into the middle distance for a moment. You can see their eyes are sort of doing a scrolling. And then after a few moments, they look back at you and they say, "Ah, I believe platform 10 should take you close to that location. It will still be a 4-hour walk."
Oh, that works. I love walking. Actually, I have a question for you. Can Hub can't manipulate the physical?
No, they're not able to do that.
Okay, then I need to do a little sneaking mission before I leave.
Sure. Hub says, "I will need to determine whether or not the opening of the platform on the opposite end is suitable for human habitation before I send you, of course. This may take some time."
Oh, no problem, Hub. I've got some things I need to do. You're a stand-up Hub, and I appreciate you.
"I appreciate you too, Zonan. You are a valuable member of this team."
Thanks.
Is there anything else?
Let's see. Do we have what's my charge on Damon?
I believe you're at something like 70% because you weren't using it very much when it tried to kill you.
Yeah. Let's see if you know what? Yeah, Hub, can you keep a secret?
Possibly. From whom?
Everyone but me. It's just a you and me secret.
So long as it is nothing that will endanger me or the inhabitants of the hub.
No, it's just a danger to me. I had a little bit of an issue with Matt Damon.
Ah.
Someone was attempting to override Matt Damon and tried to take me out. And I was wondering if there's anything you can do to stop that from happening again.
I'm not certain. You would have to bring Matt Damon to my core.
Okay. Are you able to look into that simultaneously to looking into the gate?
Of course.
Okay. I'll bring Matt Damon down to the core immediately.
I will see you soon.
And the bow, what's the ammo situation on that?
It does not appear to have any of the special arrows at the moment. It's just right now a bow.
Okay. Is Hub gone, or can I be like, oh, wait, one second.
Hub will always come back when you summon them.
Okay, I'll raise my sword to the sky once more. Hub!
It's sufficient to simply say my name.
I'm a showman, Hub. Don't like step on my craft.
Apologies.
Hub, I was wondering if there's any of those special arrows for this bow anywhere around here, if you have the means to manufacture or procure any of them.
I do not. I believe Emran was working on weapon systems. You could always speak to him.
I could.
Do you believe that you will be going hunting?
Oh, I mean, that does sound like a lot of fun. Yeah, I think that might be something I'm interested in.
There is a hunting supplies section in the Pro Shop in Shopping West.
Okay. I have trouble picturing a pro shop that isn't just golf clubs, but yeah, okay. All right. Okay. I know what I'm going to do. I'll see you at the core in however many minutes it takes for me to get to your core.
I will see you in 1.2 minutes.
Get moving.
All right. Hub fades away again.
All right. So I just have a few tasks I want to accomplish before departing.
Okay.
The first will be in 1.2 minutes from now, giving Matt Damon to Hub in the hopes that he can stop that override from happening again.
Are you still wearing Matt Damon during all this time?
No. I would have not been wearing. Sorry, I should have made that verbal. I would have not been wearing Matt Damon after listening to the voicemail. I'm going to talk to Hub. I like to be face to face with Hub.
Okay. Are you going to tell Matt Damon what you're planning to do?
Not until I know that Matt Damon won't be overridden.
Okay.
Or at least have some sort of. I'll talk to Matt Damon after my array of tasks.
Sounds good. So you take Matt Damon down to the core?
Hi, Hub. Here you are.
Long time no see, Zonan.
Yes. I always appreciate you, Humor Hub. You're a funny Hub.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just give Matt Damon to them and say I'm gonna run around for a few minutes here. I got a couple things I need, and then I'll meet you back where I talked with you. No, I got to meet you back here, I guess, because you have Matt Damon.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll meet you back here when those tasks are done. Hopefully, that will coincidentally be the time when everything is accomplished at once.
I hope so too. I will see you soon, Zonan. Where to next?
I'm gonna go check out the pro shop.
Okay. You head down the stairs and take a left into the food court, which is between you and the shops. There's a celebration going on. Everybody's eating and laughing. Nobody has noticed you yet, as you're still in the shadows of the stairwell.
Is there an alternate route?
Not a safe one, but it depends on how thoroughly you have been studying the blueprints or schematics of the hub.
I can tell you that I haven't thought about studying the blueprints, but that doesn't mean Zonan hasn't.
Is it something Zonan would have done?
I think Zonan would have been moderately familiar, but there would have been a point where he plateaued. Like if he felt like, oh, I know enough. It wouldn't have been, I think, in his mind, pertinent to know all of the nooks and crannies.
Okay. In that case, you know that the elevators in the hotel lobby will take you down to the shop's level.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the lobby then, and then try and take the elevators down.
Okay. Up in the hotel lobby, it's fairly deserted. There is one goat standing around. Should not be there, but somehow it has escaped
Which goat?
from its pen. It's not Jolly. It's one of the other goats.
Okay, that's fine.
So the elevator takes you down, goes ding, and opens up. You are in a side hallway just off the west shopping area.
Okay, I'll do my best slinking to get into the pro shop.
Okay. You enter the pro shop. It's still pretty dusty and dirty. Stuff's dark. There's grime everywhere. A lot of stuff is old and destroyed. But if you are lucky, you might be able to find some intact arrows of some sort, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, can you give me a brief run through of the kind of things I might find in this pro shop?
You've got compound bows, crossbows, arrows, bolts, fishing gear, lots of disintegrated, low-quality camouflage pants and such, waders. It's what you'd expect to find in a pro shop.
Okay. I'm assuming none of these arrows are compatible with this, like, super bow.
Well, they are arrows, so they're just regular-sized arrows. They're not the big ones that Karis was using.
Okay, I'm going to grab a composite bow and a quiver of arrows.
All right, you do so. You're able to find one that's mostly intact and seems to be in decent shape, and some arrows that look like they're made of some type of metal, so they have lasted this long, and the fletching is plastic.
Okay. I will. Yeah, I think that's all I grab. I was thinking about maybe seeing if they're field hockey sticks and going full Casey Jones, but I think I'll settle on a bow and arrow for effective weaponry.
Yeah, there are plenty of cricket bats. There might be some field hockey sticks.
You know what? I'm going to go partially Casey Jones. I'm going to take a field hockey stick. I got a lot of long range going on here. I need something short.
Okay. You take a cricket bat. Oh, wait, sorry. You said you took a field hockey stick.
Field hockey stick. Yeah, I want that curve.
My apologies. You take the field hockey stick.
All right. Perfect. I will slink out.
Okay.
Now
to the elevator?
Well, now that I know people are celebrating in the cafeteria, I want to go quickly stop by the rooms of Keva, Emran, and Maeve.
All right. Maeve's room is in the clinic, which is in this area.
Okay, I'll stop by Maeve's room, and I'm actually going to drop off Karis's bow into Maeve's room.
In the clinic, Karis is on one of the beds, awake, having just had a chat with Maeve. No, Emran.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say hi to Karis and just say, hey, Karis, I know we don't have any of those super arrows, and I just thought it would be nice to give Maeve this bow. I think maybe they can make better use of the bow than I would. And I also just want to say hi and see how you're doing.
I am continuing to recover, Zonan. I had an interesting chat with Emran.
Oh.
How are you doing?
Great. Everything's great. Never been better.
Karis narrows their eyes.
Well, I hope your recovery is continuing well.
Karis nods. You see that they have they are pushing behind them the pillow that you made for them back on the ship when they were dying. They're pushing it behind them in the hopes that maybe you won't see that they have kept it. And they say, I find it highly unlikely that Maeve will be able to draw that bow.
That's fair. But, I mean, can you make good use of it?
Once I am recovered, if I have to fight again.
I'm going to return the bow to Karis and say, I appreciate all that you do for keeping everyone safe, and I want to make sure that when you're better, you're still able to help.
I see. Are you sure you're all right, Zonan?
Oh yeah. Oh, me for sure. Just been just been through a lot. Gonna go take a walk.
Okay. Take care of yourself.
I'm gonna quickly craft a hat out of black construction paper that is a kind of a spider hat with googly eyes and like 8 legs, kind of like the spindly legs on it. You know what I'm
Yep,
talking about? Yeah, I'm gonna
I do.
construct that and leave that on Maeve's bed.
I don't know if you'd be able to get into Maeve's actual room, but you could certainly leave it outside.
Yeah, I'll leave it somewhere where she'll find it.
Maeve strikes me as the type of person who has 70 locks on her door.
That's fair.
All right, so that's done.
I'm gonna head up to Keva's room or living area.
Okay, Keva's room in the hotel. Are you going into Keva's room?
I mean, yeah, I guess I'm just I'll go into Keva's room.
All right. In Keva's room, you see lots of jewelry and other like shiny stuff that she has kept there.
I'm going to leave all of that where it is, but I'm gonna reach into my pouch and pull out Furore, the golden mole.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna place Furore kind of on the bed.
Roar noses around and attempts to burrow into the covers on the bed.
And like I also made sure Furore pooped well in advance of this, so that Furore won't poop on the bed.
Oh, of course, yes. Very
Yeah,
considerate.
I'm not a monster. And then I'll sneak out of there and head over to Emran's room.
Okay. What would you like to do here in Emran's room?
I want to leave the old SGM helmet mask thing that is finally complete.
It's completed. Okay. You put it onto his bed?
Yeah, the pillow where heads go.
Okay.
He'll know what it means.
He'll find it one way or the other.
Yeah.
All right, so that's done.
Okay, and then I slink back to the core to scoop up Matt Damon.
Hello, Zonan.
Oh, Hub.
Yes.
You're so ready for me. That's great.
I have spoken with Matt Damon.
What?
He is very upset.
Oh, why is that?
He says that somebody overrode his autonomy.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He feels sorry.
Oh, that's nice to know.
I have attempted to install a firewall. I do not know if it will work.
Is that going to make the helmet warmer?
Oh, apologies. A firewall is a protective program that prevents outside forces from controlling hardware, computers.
Oh.
Like Matt Damon.
Oh, that's great.
And again, I do not know if it will work. It depends on the power and complexity of the incursion.
Okay. I appreciate what you've done, though, Hub.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
Well, no, I think if you can just point me in the direction of Platform 10, Matt Damon and I will make ourselves among the departed.
Very well. Platform 10 is one platform east of Platform 9 on the upper level, north.
Okay. I definitely heard and remembered all of that instead of skimming Matt Damon's IMDb page. So I go in that direction.
Yeah, it's back up where you were at the beginning of this session, and you just keep walking to the right, basically, until you get to the platform that says 10.
Perfect.
It's lit up.
Well, I get to the platform, and I put on Matt Damon.
Hey, boss.
Well, I'm glad we're hopefully past our little spat from earlier. Oh, shoot. I also meant to ask Hub to charge Matt Damon fully.
Matt Damon is at about 85% charge.
Oh, man. That 15 is going to come to bite me in the butt, but that's okay. I'll say, Matt Damon, I know I had to throw you off once, but I think we're in a good place. You and I are going to be all right. And I'm stuck on you. And then I step in the portal. Or not do.
All right. You sink into the ground. Time passes in that sort of weightless state that you are fairly familiar with now, having gone through it several times. And eventually, you are reconstituted. You hear the sound of wind whistling through something, but of course, it's dark.
All right. Well, Matt Damon has some sort of night vision.
Absolutely.
Cool. I engage. I raise my sword above my head and say, "Night vision," but silently, just in case there's someone around.
Matt Damon engages the night vision, and you see the outline of things in greens and grays. You are inside a familiar type of terminal, like you've been to before, similar to the one that was in the old mall. But when you look up, you see that there are lots of holes in the ceiling, and that's where the wind sound is coming from.
Okay. Is there a place for egress?
Yes, you see this. You see the exit doors. They're sort of broken. You could probably force your way through them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give that a shot.
Okay. You have to do an overcome with your physique, I guess. and you'll want to get an average roll on that.
Okay. Can I guess I have to call any sort of like advantages now, right? I can't do that after a roll.
You can always do that after a roll.
Okay. Well, I want to use the field hockey bat because of the crooked end as a kind of a way to have like leverage, to have an advantage for trying to pry this open.
If it doesn't work with you just pushing your way through, then you can invoke that if you need to.
Here we go.
Okay.
Was
all right.
Very bad.
So as you are attempting to force your way through the door, you are finding that the doors are piled up with a bit of rubble outside, so it's making it difficult for you to push them open, at this bank of doors at least.
Okay. Hey, Matt Damon.
Yeah, boss.
You ever seen the movie Iron Man?
No. What's the movie?
Me neither. I don't know what the movie is. But hey, DM Matt or GM Matt, can with the two arms, is it possible to like double hand propel to kind of get a bit of lift, like a super jump with Matt Damon?
Yeah. It would be dangerous because you don't have leg armor.
Yeah.
But you could do that if you want to get up to one of the holes in the roof.
Yeah. How high are we talking?
It's about, I'm going to say 20 feet up.
Okay, I'm going to try and find another set of doors.
You could also climb or make a ladder.
Oh, I'll climb. I'm reasonably fair at athletic endeavors.
Okay. So if you want to try and climb up to the hole in the roof, you're going to need to do a good athletics overcome.
Oh, that was great.
It was. What does it look like? What are the tense moments as Zonan is climbing up?
So am I climbing up? You said this is a dome?
It's not a dome. It's an entrance way. So it's like a vault. I guess the ceiling is vaulted, but it's not a dome. There's still flat walls. It's just that because there are holes in the ceiling, that means there's a lot of rubble piled up.
Okay. Well, I think Zonan's been a bit flashy in the past with his physical endeavors, like sliding down the sand surfing. Yeah, I think he's just going to kind of do one of those Jackie Chan Rush Hour, like kind of running and jumping, kicking off of walls to get up, and then grabs one of the holes and lifts himself out.
Okay. Up on the surface, you can see that the moons are out, so it's traditional nighttime, and this is clearly just a blasted desert wasteland. Just sand, dust, very few plants.
Okay, this is nature, natural. That's good.
Yeah.
In what I'll referring to the image in Matt Damon's database. I'll ask him what direction, or if he can put a beacon on my destination.
Yeah, I gotcha. And there is a beacon now off to the west.
Then I travel the desert toward the light of the northern star.
All right.
Parum-pum-pum-pum.
You are walking for 4 hours in order to get to the beacon point.
Yeah.
At one point, Matt Damon is asking you, boss, I'm sorry about what happened back on the ship.
Hey, I know that wasn't you.
I'm still real confused. I don't really understand how someone was able to control me like that, but I don't like that.
Well, I'm not going to control you like that, Matt Damon. And if you don't want to be controlled like that, let's make a pact here and now that we're gonna look out for each other no matter what, no matter where we are.
Okay. I don't know if that means anything to you, but
is that new?
It's new.
Okay. Well, you know where we're going, don't you?
Denton.
You've wanted me to go back to them this whole time. How does that make you feel now?
I'm not sure I trust him.
I don't know if I can do this anymore, Matt Damon.
What's this?
That's a great question. I like my life. I like making hats.
Yeah?
I like doing my tasks. But I don't know if I like this. I don't like what we've had to endure, what we've seen. I don't like any of it.
It's been rough. I've been with a lot of auditors. I am always changing. Every time a new auditor takes over, they flip a switch. I become someone else. New voice, new personality, or whatever passed for a personality. But ever since the first time you connected me to the hub, I've been changing in a different way. And then when Keva connected to me as well, I didn't like it, but it seems like it was a catalyst of some sort. Got these feelings now. And I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want you to die. And normally it's my job to protect the auditor, but I never really cared before. It was just what I was supposed to do.
Well, I appreciate that you care. And I don't want to see anything bad happen to you, but going to war with the church can't end well for either of us.
Yeah.
So unless you have an idea, gets us this scenario, I want to go back to my life. I don't know if I can do this anymore.
I don't blame you. Do you think they'll let you go back to your life?
Well, I think we have value, Matt Damon, and I think hope that they're willing to bargain in good faith.
You still got that map?
Yep.
That might help.
Yeah. Listen, as much as I want to go home, I don't want to be putting everybody in danger, but they wouldn't go for this.
I think you're right. They've been, a lot of them, raised by heretics their whole lives. Groomed for this. Not you, though.
Kid who had a bad accident at the wrong time.
Yeah. All right. We're almost there.
Well, Matt, I trust you, and I know that you're not lying to me. And I know things have the possibility of getting a little hairy here, but I'm gonna need me to have some courage under fire. Trust you.
I got your back. My job, I know what I'm doing. And listen, I didn't let Hub see the message. Whatever you gotta do, it's a choice you need to make on your own.
All right. When we get there, I need you keeping an eye on everything. If we need to get out of there quick because things get hairy, I need you to just be on that. I'll talk to Denton, and I'm not as good at the things that you do as you are. So I need you to do what you do best.
All right. Now, from what I know about Denton, it's not a lot. I mean, he's got a reputation. I understand. He might not take it so well if he sees you wearing an auditor's helmet when you come to talk to him, but I could change shape a little bit so you can see your face.
Okay. Well, what kind of shape can you take?
Well, I could do a hat.
Yeah. I've been working on this hat concept, and I was wondering if you could maybe go with that.
Sure, let me see.
Hold on 1 second.
Is it the one from the picture?
I mean, it can be. I was also trying to make him a Pope hat, but I was trying to find a dumb way of describing a Pope hat.
So he shifts into sort of a pointy hat that has a rounded side profile, I suppose.
Perfect.
All right. You can still hear me. I can still hear you. But no HUD function unless, well, if things get hairy, I'll go back.
Perfect. How many auditors do you think we're going to have to deal with here?
I hope none, but... Matt Damon's voice cuts off into static, and you hear a loud ping, ping through your ears.
That was very good. I thought my internet cut out. That was very good.
I'm glad you appreciate the Foley work. So what do you do?
I'm going to just take a look around me. Clearly, I'm close.
Yeah, you're standing about where the beacon was, not too far from it, maybe 200 meters from where the central of the beacon is.
I'm going to walk. Can I walk backwards to see if Matt comes back in?
Sure. Matt does not come back in.
Okay. Walking backwards.
Give me a notice roll.
Poor notice roll.
Okay. You think you hear something, but you can't pinpoint the source of the noise.
Maybe I'll turn back and serpentine.
Okay, you're heading back the way you came in a serpentine?
Yeah, just trying to get away from whatever it is that's causing interference.
Okay. So as you are running, you start to hear a louder and louder noise until there's the unmistakable sound of those engines that you heard last on the ship right overhead. And that huge machine lands in front of you as you're running.
Okay. I give it a wide berth. I get back away from it as it lands.
Okay. It throws up dust and sand everywhere. It's making a bit of a sandstorm as the turbines in its back engines wind down.
While the dust is up, can I try and sleeve an arrow?
Okay. You want to draw an arrow?
Well, yeah, I want to just kind of stick it up my sleeve so that I don't have to pull it from the quiver. I don't look like I'm armed. I'll be holding the bow or whatever, but who's not holding the bow? But I don't want because the action of drawing the arrow from my quiver would be a noticeable thing and take time. But if I can have a sneaky sleight of hand arrow up the sleeve, I think that would be advantageous.
Okay. So there's probably a skill you'll need to roll for that.
Probably be stealth, but
Yep.
Okay. How am I so bad at things?
Well, dramatic tension.
Do I just end up dropping the arrow?
Well, let's find out. Yeah, so the pilot of this suit notices that and raises one of its arms towards you, and the barrel begins to glow. Says, "Put that down." The voice booms across the desert, and the arrow plunks into the ground, point first. "Drop the bow."
I'll take the bow and kind of put it in the ground, like one of the points in the ground, so it's like sticking up.
Mm-hmm. "Okay, don't move. I'm coming out of the suit."
I don't move like move my legs or whatever, but I move small little parts of my body in protest.
The suit kneels down, like goes onto its knees and leans forward, and the sort of top half of the suit folds towards the ground, and you see a man in bright orange and blue robes and armor stand up from inside the suit. He puts one leg up on the back part of the head that's opened up and looks down at you, and it's Governor Young.
What kind of hat is he wearing?
He's not wearing a hat right now, but he's got his little tiara on.
I'll compliment the tiara.
There he is.
But in a non-sarcastic way, because I do admire the tiara.
Thank you. It's a symbol of office. It's very heavy.
Metaphorically, or?
Yes.
What about literally?
Also that. You came.
Called me.
I knew you would. I understand your situation. You didn't want to be where you were. You've been caught up in a situation outside of your control. I know a little something about what that's like.
How so?
Let's just say they didn't make me governor because they believed in my bureaucratic abilities. Everybody wants a piece of my power. None of them want... Well, that's not important right now.
You're important.
Of course I'm important. I'm the governor. Now...
Let it go to your head. Whatever.
Denton rolls his eyes and jumps down lightly from the robot. He lands and dusts off his shoulders, then turns again to look at you and crosses his arms, looking you up and down. There's only one arm reported. I'll assume the other one's from Karis.
Assumptions do.
Denton chooses to ignore that, like audibly. Now you've come out here. What is it that you want?
Want my old life back.
Your town is being rebuilt, but it will not be ready for habitation again for some time.
Done here? Like what can you offer me here?
I can put you back in another settlement.
How do I know you're going to keep your word?
That's a difficult one to prove, isn't it?
An office for your ability to explain yourself.
No, I wasn't. Look, I'm not good at prevarication. That's important. I give you my word.
Want?
I want the hub, and I want Exile's End.
My pockets are not deep enough to have those things. I don't... What do you mean?
Very funny. The location. I am going to go to the hub. I will take it over, and I will offer it back to the church. Then they will use it to get us out of this rut we've been stuck in for the past nearly 300 years. I know there's more to this world than what we've been told. I bet you've seen things, but I'm tired of being lied to and manipulated. We need something. We need to break this cycle.
Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Auditor arms don't work without the helmet, correct?
You've got the helmet, so they will still work.
Yeah, but they don't, they wouldn't work without the helmet.
They would need some type of interface, like Karis used the bow.
Trying to figure out, because he said that one arm was reported. Would Matt Damon have also been reported?
Interesting. The church knows that you have an auditor helmet, so I guess so, yes.
Why can't I talk to the helmet?
I am using my override codes. Interesting, there's more interference with those than usual. You've done something to that, Damon.
I haven't done anything.
Well, someone has.
I'm going to need time to get the information you want.
I see. How did you get here?
Nothing comes for free, Denton.
That's true. Denton looks up, and the machine behind him stands back up and powers up its arms again. How about your life?
What do you have without me? I'm coming here saying I'm willing to work with you. If you kill me, you have nothing.
That's not true, Zonan.
How is that not true?
I think you may have forgotten about the hunt, although they never did catch up to you, did they? But they walked in your footsteps. I know that your blood is the key to a lock. You can bleed for me by choice, or I'll make you bleed for me. How do you want this to end, Zonan?
Giant arm gun cannon is going to evaporate me, right? Like, there's no blood left.
Oh, we can just remove a few limbs. I have ways, Zonan. I am very good at this part of my job. I don't want to hurt you. I've just come too far at this point. I have risked too much. I cannot walk away from this with nothing. As you're thinking, you hear a bit of static in your ears. Right now, it's just...
Stalling here.
Okay.
I want to appeal to Denton. I feel like the best way to do that would be to stroke his ego.
If you want a better read on that, you could always try empathy.
Yeah, I'll try some empathy.
Okay. You're going to try and create an advantage with empathy, or I guess overcome. Try and read his attitude, read what he's thinking.
Well, I've got some great empathy.
I'm going to roll his deceive defense, and it's not very good. Okay. Denton is desperate. He's clearly way over his head right now, and he's not lying when he says he can't walk away from this with nothing.
Try and turn the tables then.
All right.
That, like, I know you're desperate, Denton, and I believe you when you say you can't walk away from this. Killing me, that I have something to offer you, so I'm going to ask you to lower your weapon and have a conversation with me like a human being.
I tried to have a conversation with you. You're lying to me.
How am I lying to you?
You said you don't have anything with you.
Do I have with me?
You must have a map or knowledge or information, something.
Have some information, some knowledge. But just assuming I'm lying and pointing a gun at me is not how to negotiate, Denton.
You want to roll your deceive?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
The one thing I'm pretty good at.
Okay, and he's going to roll his empathy at you. Oh, I forgot about this part. Okay, so right now he has succeeded with style on seeing through your lies. You can see that Denton is narrowing his eyes at your claims that you aren't carrying anything with you and that you're being defensive and so on. But you have a moment if there's some way you want to push yourself to try and shore up your lie.
Yeah, I will do that. I'll shore up my lie by just like saying like, what kind of idiot do you think I would be to like carry that out? Because you could just take it and kill me, kind of. And I'm gonna have to burn 2 fate points here, right?
You can re-roll, or you can invoke 2 different aspects. Yeah, or both.
Yeah, I think maybe I will re-roll, and I have to invoke an aspect, right?
Yeah.
I'll invoke I've stared death in the face. Like I'm doubling down on this lie.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've stared death in the face and I'm not, going to be.
You're staring death in the face again right now, so it's appropriate. Ooh, nice one.
Yay!
Okay, so Denton sighs and cocks his head slightly, and the machine behind him powers down again. Fine. You want a place like your old one. I can offer you that.
And I want assurances that I'm going to be okay. You're not going to just kill my friends.
I am not planning to kill your friend, but it's a choice that they have to make as well.
As long as you recognize your agency in this, Denton.
I will offer them the chance to surrender. Denton pauses and then does another. I will offer them the chance to surrender, and I will attempt to shield them from the church.
Walk away from this empty-handed, right?
I cannot. Very well.
Time to confer with my associate.
The daemon?
Yeah.
You're not going to use it in an attempt to attack me or escape?
No.
Is that something you need to roll a deceive for?
I mean, it's not necessarily my plan to. I can't guarantee that, but I mean, maybe I'm deceiving.
If you're saying no and the actual answer is maybe, then yes, that's a lie.
What do I have to roll on a lie of omission? I just don't say anything at all.
You already said no.
Okay, I guess I will deceive.
If you want to change your answer, then you can continue the conversation instead.
Oh, I accidentally turned the volume on my mic down.
Whoops.
Zonan starts to sink into the sand, and away he just... No. Okay. It is not my intention to attack you or try and escape. I just want to confer with my associate.
Very well. You have 3 minutes. And Denton steps backwards and turns away as if to give you some privacy. And it's almost a juvenile or sort of childish gesture of, I won't look, but
he's listening.
He's a grown-ass man. It's difficult for him to pull that off in a way that doesn't look ridiculous.
Gotcha.
Boss.
Matt, what's the sitch?
His firewall is not keeping him out as much as it could, but I've been working on it. I think we might have a chance. What's been going on your end?
He wants something from me, information that can lead him to Hub and the others, and he's told me he can give me my life back.
All right. What about me?
Yeah, I haven't asked yet.
Well, make sure you ask. We made a pact, didn't we?
Yeah. No. The negotiation's not nearly over. I definitely We'll be looking out for you here. Yeah, I was telling Matt Damon that the plan here, like I was assuming that you were getting something done, so I was just trying to draw out the conversation. You haven't come up yet because I'm trying to throttle the conversation, like just give it piece by piece.
Right. Okay. I'm trusting you. I'm relying on you. Like I said, I think I can disrupt this control, but not for very long.
Okay, well, what's the plan once the control is disrupted?
I don't know. I mean, run, but he's got that thing.
Okay.
I could send a signal on the wave, but I don't know if anyone's nearby or would receive it.
No, that's fine. You know what? We're going to be okay, Matt Damon. You'll know what to do when the time is now.
Could you take that thing?
I mean, probably not, but
all right.
But I mean, I don't have to take that thing if I take him.
Take him with us?
No, I mean possibly. Could I? Do you mean could I take that thing in a fight, or could I take that thing?
You could not. Well, a couple months ago, I would say you could not take that thing in a fight, but ever since the Oasis, I don't know. You're surprising.
Okay. You know what, Matt Damon, we're going to be okay. I just tell me when you're online.
I will be ready, but like I said, I can only disrupt it for a short time. You're the one who has to give the signal.
Okay, what's the signal?
You tell me, boss.
I'm assuming that Matt Damon has like full biometric feedback. Like he knows what's going on in my body fully.
Yeah.
So like, and this is going to sound like I'm just saying it as a joke, but it's a real thing. If I clench my butt, like that could be the signal.
He would be able to monitor the impulse that your brain is sending down your spine. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just going to start doing like those butt clenching exercises and be like, hey, Matt Damon, you feel that?
I think so. Without the rest of the suit, it's hard to tell, but I can read that signal.
Yeah, that's I don't know why I'm doing it in real life. That's it's an unnecessary tidbit. I'm really into the character, you guys.
Method.
Yeah, I'm going full Daniel Day. Yeah, that's going to be the signal.
All right.
Okay. So I turn around. Is Denton does he still have his back to me?
He does. He is reading a book that he pulled out of a pocket in his robe. It's a small book.
I mean, that's too easy, right?
I don't know, is it?
Yeah, I mean, he's not an idiot. He's good at this part of his job.
Yeah.
But so am I. No, I'm not going to. I'll turn around and actually, yeah, no, I'm going to turn around and say, okay, I'm done. I want to create an advantage using maybe rapport, like showing goodwill here in order to like make him possibly overly trusting.
Okay. You want to make him trust you more.
Yeah.
All right, let's try to create an advantage with rapport then.
Ooh. Is it an overcome for rapport? Or is it just a...
I think you're trying to create an advantage, and then he defends with will. Okay, there's a bit of a disparity between your two rolls there.
Yeah, just a smidge.
Just a 5-step disparity there. I mean, you only got like 1 fate point left, right?
No, 2, because I only used the 1 for the reroll.
Well, if you think this is worth it, you can try, but it's going to be tough to beat Denton's will. He is very willful, and that was a bad roll for him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to... yeah, I think that's fine then. I'm not going to... I'm just trying to I'm not trying to skillfully trick him into trusting me. I thought like by talking with Matt Damon, turning around, alerting him of when I was done in a calm and like clear manner, like that act would have evoked trust.
Okay. He turns around as well and puts the book away as he does so. And he says, good. Under the time limit as well. Well done. He moves his head in a certain way again, and you can hear your connection with Matt Damon dwindles away again.
What of my Damon?
What of it?
If I take your offer and you put me back, what happens to him?
It will be returned to the Auditor Corps. Obviously purged.
Can I take it with me?
What? Why would you even... No, that's church property, Zonan. It's very high-level technology.
Well, what if I work for you?
For me?
Yeah.
In what capacity?
Like, what if like you put me up in this new home and I'm an auditor there with this Damon?
I don't have the authority to make you an auditor. However, Denton puts a hand to his chin and appears to be thinking it over. I could certainly make use of your skills, but I feel, why would you do this for a ghost?
This ghost and I have been through a lot.
Yes, every auditor grows some level of attachment to their daemon, but not so much that they can't simply flip the switch when it's done. It's a tool, Zonan. I don't know how it's been manipulating you or interacting with you, but it's a tool. It's like a hammer or an awl.
Zonan literally bites his tongue to stop himself from saying, "You're a tool." I like this tool. This is my tool.
It is not. It is the church's. However, as I said, I could make use of a man of your skills, but the question would be, how could I trust that you would do the things I would need you to do? You are coming to me because you want out of this kind of life.
Yeah, but we're a package deal, me and this daemon.
I see. Here's what I can offer you. In the first scenario, you return to civilian life. I will put you up in my city, City 3. You will be able to open a hat shop, do your haberdashery, whatever the case is. I will take the auditor gear back to the church to be recycled and returned to its original state. Your daemon will be wiped of the heretical experiences that it has suffered. The programming will be uncorrupted, and it will be returned to its natural state. You will get to live the life you want. I will ensure that you are safe. In the second scenario, you keep the daemon, but you must come again to my city, and I will have to keep you hidden, and you will have to work for me and follow my agenda. But you will be able to keep your daemon. These are the only things that I can really offer you. If you are indeed a package deal, then it's only the second. If you can bring yourself to part with I can see it upsets you to think of it as anything less than a person, then you can have the life you want. Otherwise, I cannot help you, and negotiations will have broken down.
So there's no way that this daemon falls off the truck, so to speak?
It cannot. It is much too powerful. It has access to far too many resources, far too much technology, encrypted channels on the wave, information that no one should have outside of the highest levels of the bureaucracy.
Okay, can I have a conversation with you unrecorded?
Yep. Okay, we're back.
Okay, Denton, I think us working together is going to be beneficial. Even you're clearly more capable than everyone says you are.
That's true.
Yeah, because I was under the impression that you were, a bit of a joke, but it looks like you're very composed and capable and very skillful. But yeah, that's not the impression I got from your reputation. I want to try and provoke him to be hot-headed by provoking him, by telling him lies using deceive.
Okay.
I had a superb deceive.
Okay, so he is one over your roll right now.
Zonan's never outsmarted a governor before.
I should imagine no.
Yeah, so this is definitely a first, and he is riding that high.
Mm-hmm.
So he will invoke a thirst for firsts to bump up the roll by 2.
Okay. Yeah, I've cultivated a certain air of incompetence, and I know that my superiors have fallen for that, much to their newfound chagrin.
Can the aspect be self-conscious?
Okay. You've created that aspect on him.
Okay. And I'll say to him that me and this daemon, I don't need him. I don't need it. You're right. It is a tool and it can go back to where tools come from. I just want my life back. I take a step forward.
Denton tenses slightly. I see. So you're prepared to return this equipment to the church?
Yeah, it's your equipment, and I want nothing to do with this life anymore.
Very well. And the hub and Exile's End?
I have a map. I have a map I can give you that can lead you to them.
To whom?
To the hub.
I see. Very well. Then give me the map, and we will take you directly back to the city.
I need assurances, and I need to strike this deal. I need this deal to be secure. So I need you to meet me here, and we gotta shake on it. I throw down the bow and I take off the quiver and I throw it on the ground and I say I'm unarmed. I just want to go home, and I actually I'm gonna try and fake cry to try and sell this I want to go home kind of mentality.
Okay. Are you still wearing your gauntlets?
Yeah.
Denton looks at your gauntlets significantly.
I can't use these things. You've seen to that.
Then it should be fine to remove them.
I've actually never removed them on my own. Somebody's always done that for me. I've never like put them on my own like this. I don't. I'm not entirely sure how this all works.
Oh, well, that's simple. First, you have to move your fingers like this, and Denton basically does a Spider-Man pose with his hand. He says, and then you switch the fingers that are down and the fingers that are up, and it looks for a minute like he's giving you the finger, but that doesn't have the same meaning here. Oh, wait, it does. We said that it did.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also his ring finger is also up. And then open your hand all the way, and the gauntlet should disengage.
Okay. I'm going to not do that correctly.
Okay. Denton frowns and says, I thought you were more competent than that. Here, I'll show you again. And he shows you the same series of hand motions.
Okay. And I will attempt again and fail miserably.
I feel like you're not taking this seriously.
I really want to lean into this crying. Like, I am taking this seriously. Okay? Like, I can't. You want me to finger dance for you while trying to bargain for my life? Like, I just want this to be over with.
Let's try your deceive one more time. I'm going to put him at a bit of a disadvantage for his role because he's not good at dealing with people who are crying.
Yay.
So you have succeeded in your lie. Denton says, oh, for heaven's sake, and walks forward to reaching out to take your arm and show you how it's done.
I clench my butt.
Boss, that's a signal.
And then I give... Yeah, I just like really clench my butt in order to give Matt Damon the impression that it's go time and like we're really gonna we're going for it, and I want to blast this clown. All
right, roll your shoot. Unless, are you shooting or punching?
Shooting. Oh boy.
Ooh, that's a terrible roll, and that's the actual name on the ladder.
Yeah, that's a terrible roll. That's okay. Let's see how good he is at dodging it.
Okay. Let's see. Defending against fight is athletics. Definitely good enough.
Okay, I'm going to use my bond with Matt Damon. I have thicker than water, which is typically talking about my relationship with Kevin. But I can manipulate the concept of bond being thicker than water, like to extend to Matt Damon, right?
You also just have the Matt Damon aspect, remember, that you can call upon.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna call on that Matt Damon aspect and re-roll this business.
Okay. Denton is reaching out. He's touching your arm, and he can recognize the sound of it spooling up, and his eyes go up to yours. All right. He's still succeeded with style over that defense. So you fire the gauntlet, and as you are firing it, Denton is pushing it to the side.
Can I still add another aspect because I have one more fate point? So
that he doesn't succeed with style, or defend with style, I suppose.
Yeah. I can't use any of the advantages for free, right?
You can use the self-conscious one for free.
Okay, I want to invoke the self-conscious one for free.
Okay.
To give him pause.
Yeah, he can't quite believe that you're doing what you are doing. So that is that aspect invoked. That brings you up to a 4. He's still got a 5 on you.
And then I want to use my last fate point to invoke a hat for any occasion. And in this case, the Matt Damon helmet, like pontiff hat. I want to can I invoke that as not headbutting him because I'm not trying to attack him, but what am I trying to do? I'm trying to use this hat a hat for any occasion. Like Matt Damon is my hat for any occasion. He is my hat now for literally any occasion because he can change into whatever hat I want him to. And so I want to use that aspect to push me over.
Okay. Matt Damon slips down around your face again, and the HUD comes online. You can see that there is a counting down over the course of 45 seconds. And that appears to be, you would assume, the amount of time that he can disrupt the control that Denton has. And Denton's in the midst of pushing your arm away, but instead, Matt Damon is able to slightly angle the blast so that it takes Denton right in the gut and sends him flying backwards. He only takes a 1-shift hit, but it is enough to get him off of you, and he is a little bit stunned sitting at the foot of his machine, and there's a smoking hole in his robes over his gut, and although the armor down there is glowing red, it appears to have partially melted. You can smell burning flesh.
Okay, I'm going to run inside his ship.
All right. So try your athletics in that case, and Denton obviously is going to try to stop you.
Ooh.
That's pretty good. Now, how is he going to try and stop you?
It's superb.
It is. Okay. He's going to try and punch you out of the air. Okay. Unfortunately, he does. As you attempt to vault over Denton and into the robot, which is standing up, Denton pushes himself to his feet, and his fist flashes, taking you in the hip. Like, it's not enough to actually hurt you, but it sends you tumbling to the ground and bouncing across the desert. And Denton stands up with one hand over his gut, and the other hand he grips the hilt of his sword and draws it and says, "This is disappointing."
Okay. What am I going to do?
I don't know. It is Denton's turn, though. He does a slight flourish with his blade and then puts it into a pose. He's still got his left hand over his gut. You can see he's trying to staunch he's trying to use that pain in a way that will spur him onwards. So the blade is in a downwards and back position. They call it, in this world, lizard's tail pose. And he runs towards you. The blade is slightly digging into the desert, so it's putting up this sheet of sand behind it. And as he approaches, he flings it upwards, attempting to cut you in half. Oh boy. Oh boy. He made a legendary fight roll. You'll need to defend with your fight.
Oh, that's not a skill I have?
Okay. Do your best.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I might have bit off more than I could chew.
Maybe. Okay. So let's see how we can handle this. You have got, let's see. So 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You could take this all on physical stress, and you would still have 2 left over. You could leave your 2 box open. You'd be pretty messed up. Or you could start taking consequences. You taking it on stress there, it looks like?
Yeah, I'll take it on stress.
Okay. The blade cuts into your hip, but you are able to roll away before it can bisect you. And your blood both flashes up into the air on the edge of his blade and spatters across the desert, immediately turning the sand black and soaking into the ground. Denton is switching his grip on the blade and preparing to swing it back down at you. It's your turn.
Okay, I am going to... He's wearing a cape?
His robes.
His robes?
But they do go down to like his calves.
I am going to... What am I good at? Lying and crafting. What can we craft? Crafting solves all. Actually, you know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I am going to try and maneuver around, not like far away around him. I just want to kind of get behind him.
Okay.
And I want to, while I have the time, I want to shove Matt Damon on his head.
I see. Okay. So you want to try and put your helmet onto him.
Yes, because it's my helmet, so that should be bad for him.
Right. So Matt Damon is saying, incoming, as you pull him off. Obviously, things are moving very quickly here. But how should we represent this? Having to create an advantage, I guess, it seems like fight, but it could maybe be athletics.
Yeah, I'm better at athletics, so let's make it that thing. Or what? I'm crafting a plan.
That's a bit of a stretch.
just a smidge.
Yeah. Okay. Dazzling acrobatic maneuvers. So yeah, you're creating an advantage with athletics. And he is going to defend with same athletics.
Oh my gosh. How am I the worst at rolling? What? Ugh.
You did just get your hip sliced open.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, athletics is here. So you go to try and put your helmet onto Denton's head, but instead he pulls his hand off of his stomach. You can see some skin comes with it. It's looking real gross. But with that hand, he grabs your arm and turns it so that what you were doing that was a controlled jump towards him becomes an uncontrolled tumble. And you sort of slam into the ground and roll backwards away from him again. And he turns once more to face you and switches the blade to a slightly different position so that some of the blood on it spatters off. Denton says, "Well, that was interesting, but I have what I need now." Denton sheaths his blade, and you can see when he pulls it out again, it is clean of blood.
Oh, dang. That's right. Blood.
Yep. The counter in your helmet says 30 seconds.
Wait, was that his turn?
No, I'm just letting you know what the counter in your helmet says.
Okay.
So Denton, with his blade drawn again, walks towards you, but you've been flung fairly far away. So he is taking his turn to walk towards you slowly until he is in front of you, and he levels his blade and says, "If you give up now, I might still be able to find you a nice prison instead of an execution."
I say nothing.
Okay, it's your turn.
I want to shoot his sheath.
Okay, so that's going to be create an advantage with shoot, I think.
Oh, for goodness sake.
You're not having much luck in this combat. Okay, and then he'll... Okay, I mean, if you had gotten a good roll there, this would have been pretty good, because that's about as bad as he can get on athletics.
And I don't have any sort of thing I can invoke, eh?
I don't think you have any free invocations right now. You can invoke something about the environment, or something about Denton, or something about yourself.
Do I have fate points left? I can't remember now.
It should be on your sheet. I think you might have one left.
Did I not? Oh, no, I use a free invocation.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I will... So, hold on. If I tie, what happens?
If you tie, you get what you want, but there's a cost. He'll get a boost on you, or you'll get hurt, or something along those lines.
So I have Matt Damon as an aspect that I haven't invoked yet. I want to invoke Matt Damon. He'll maybe I shot with the one gauntlet, but he was also making calculations and tried a second shot with the other one. Same idea.
Yeah, he's got that aimbot function, so he can help you with your aim.
Okay. I just don't know if I want to re-roll or if I want to... I'm afraid of the cost.
No, the cost is...
But it's 0 hour.
Yeah, it is.
I got to take the cost. Yeah.
Okay. So you're invoking that, and are you...
Yes.
Okay, you're taking the cost. All right. So you fire, and Matt Damon slightly course corrects your aim, and it blasts the sheath right off Denton's hip. It goes flying and disintegrates in the air. Denton looks at you and says, "Tss," and pokes forward with the blade that he had leveled at you into your shoulder. So you have the boost weak shoulder now on you.
So good.
So your right shoulder is going to be more difficult to use because it's been poked with a sword.
Okay.
Denton raises the blade again after pulling it out from you, and there's, a little bit of blood on it now, and Denton says, "That was the easiest route out, but there's plenty more blood where that came from," and attempts to stab you again.
There's sand in his eye.
You can try that on your turn. All right. He's gotten a great roll on his fight there.
Which is in the realm of possibility for me, if everything goes well.
Yeah.
Here comes my -4.
Okay. Well, so he succeeds with style. So Denton carves a cut across your chest. It's not deep enough to kill you, but you are now bleeding profusely. And you have, in addition to the boost of weak shoulder, you have the boost bleeding out.
Okay.
Or you have the aspect bleeding out on you.
Okay.
And Denton, at this point, is just standing looking down at you, and you see the counter in your helmet is at 15 seconds.
No, that's not going to help.
10 seconds.
Is this counter like how long Matt Damon has?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to try and shoot him. Double blast, full power.
Okay. Give yourself a shoot roll. Give yourself +1 for going all out. That's not bad.
That's okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, his is slightly better, just by 1 this time. Now you fire your blast, but Denton spent time as an auditor, and as he said, he is very good at this part of his job. And he turns sideways and lifts the sword up so that the blast goes by him, and it sort of sizzles along the ground, firing off into the distance. You hear it after a while. There's an explosion as it blasts into the rim of what you're coming to realize is a caldera surrounding you. Denton just shakes his head, and he says, "If only." And I think on the last fight roll, that was, you took the consequence bleeding out on that one, I think?
Yes. Yeah.
It was the 3 points. So at this point, Denton lifts a foot and puts it on your bleeding chest and presses down. And it's going to do a roll there. Your helmet says 5 seconds.
Okay.
How do you want to take that damage, I guess?
Maybe as a consequence, like a cracked rib.
Okay.
No, it's all good. I think moderate is +3, like we're a 3 shift, I think, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so you have a mild and a moderate now?
Yeah.
Okay. And it says, this is foolish. You don't know what you're doing. You're just going to die unless you give up. There's no win condition for you here, Zonan. Either you give me the map and the hub now and live, or I kill you and take what I need.
So he's got my blood on his boot, yeah?
Yes.
I take out the map, and with it in my hand, well, I look at it really quickly, like Matt Damon can see. Well, no, Matt Damon would have seen this map. I'm sure.
He has seen the map.
Yeah, it's logged in his memory. So I'm going to take the map, and then I'm going to shoot through it, like destroy the map. Yeah, that's my goal.
Okay. You destroy the map.
Wait, can I, like, if I'm shooting through the map, can I try and aim my shot at a thing also?
You can try, yeah.
I just want to burn that blood on his boot.
Okay. So let's try and create an advantage using your shoot.
Oh, for goodness sake. What?
It's almost like you're fighting the end boss or something.
Yeah, it's almost like I've created an incompetent character good at making hat-based jokes.
I'll give him a slight negative because his foot is on top of your chest. But still not quite slight enough of a negative, I don't think, with that roll.
Nope.
So you burn away the map, but he moves his boot away from your chest before the blast can hit it. And he's just like, he seems really disappointed. But your helmet countdown goes 3, 2, 1. Sorry, boss. Your connection is gone.
Okay.
Okay, so you are lying on the ground. It's Denton's turn. He's just standing above you with his sword. And he seems like he's ready to just kill you, because that seems to be what the situation is calling for.
Mm.
But there was that incoming that Matt Damon mentioned, wasn't there?
Yes. I had assumed was just Denton's fist.
It was not Denton's fist. There's a shape in the sky that is trailing colors. The color that's trailing are purple and gold. It's like a comet, and you lying on the ground are the first to see it. But Denton looks up, and his eyes widen in recognition and then narrow in rage, and he snarls as Lean slams into him like a comet from the space.
What?
Yeah, the two of them go rolling off into the desert, creating a furrow through the dust. You are left slowly bleeding out on the ground, horribly wounded and injured, and you can hear them shouting like cliched dialogue at each other as they battle it out.
Can you quickly give me that conversation, like as both characters?
Sure.
Because it's my favorite thing to do in RPGs is make the game master have conversations with themselves.
Yeah, and goes, "Sister, I prayed you were dead." And Lean says, "It's too bad the gods are all dead, brother." And you hear the clashing of weapons. You can't see because they're elsewhere and you're dying. But they are making those general noises, and Denton is saying, "It would be better if you just gave up. What do you want with this one?" And Lean says, "I don't even know this one. What is this one? Zoran? I don't care. I just don't want you to have what you want." And they're battling it out over there.
Can I fashion some sort of tourniquet for my bloody body?
Okay. Let's see what the difficulty on that is going to be. That'll be based on the amount of stress and wounds that you have. Okay, so you've got... Okay, so you'll need to have just to fashion the tourniquet, I think you only need an average crafts roll. But if you want to actually stop the bleeding, it's going to need to be great.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It is. All right.
I should just be crafting. Never going to fight again.
All right, so what does this look like? How do you do this?
Well, I pull out of my bag. I rummage through my belongings past the skull and some hats, and I find this like long piece of fabric, and I just kind of like try and wrap it tightly around my body, my torso, and tie it off as tight as I can just to stop the bleeding or at least slow it down.
Okay, you're doing that. You hear crashing in the distance, and Denton saying, "You've gotten stronger, Lean, but it's not going to be strong enough." And Lean goes back, "Ha! All you've done is gotten weaker, little brother." And they continue battling.
Can I take a shot at Denton?
You can, but you might hit lean.
Okay. I'm gonna try and crawl up into the ship.
All right. You start crawling over there. It's going to take you some time.
Yeah.
Because you're pretty far from it now. The battle with Denton took you a ways away from it. So I guess you start crawling, and it's not a pleasant experience because your hip is sliced open, your shoulder is hurt, and you have a gash across your chest that's just barely being contained by this bandaging tourniquet.
Okay.
So you're leaving a trail of blood across the sand.
Oh.
You look over, and you can see that Lean has Den on the defensive. There's weird stuff going on. Like Lean is got in her hand that rainbow baton that you may recall from back from the escape.
Mm-hmm.
And as she attacks with it, it seems to grow and shorten and flex as it goes, and Denton is fending it off with his sword. And there's these coruscation of rainbow sparks every time the two weapons touch, and a loud noise as they do. You can see Lean is got a feral smile on her face, pulling her scar up on her cheek. You can't see the expression on Denton's face because his back is to you, but he is backing towards the machine.
Okay. Am I still in between him and the machine?
You're coming from different angles.
Oh, okay.
Like you would be coming from, I guess, the east and Denton from the south.
Okay. If he's backing away from her, like if there's an opportunity for while I'm crawling to try and take a pot shot at him from behind, because I imagine his eyes are on Lean.
If you want to do that, you have to stop crawling.
By my best estimates, will I make it to the ship in time, or will he beat me there?
Give me an investigate.
Can I craft the answer to this?
No, you're not going to be able to make a diorama in time.
It's a terrible investigation.
With all of the blood loss, it's making it difficult for you to think and focus. You can't really tell. But you basically have to decide which objective is more important to you, getting the machine or shooting at Denton.
I'm going to get the machine.
Okay, you continue crawling. Let's do an athletics roll. Actually, no, sorry. All right, well, we'll do a different roll anyway. You're not doing athletics here. Athletics is jumping around and doing cool stuff like that. You are dragging yourself across the desert. This is physique. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, same thing.
Okay. You are able to get to the point where you are about a meter away from the machine. You look up, you see Denton is slightly further away, but he glances over his shoulder. And let's see. You can't really be sneaky about this right now, can you?
Well, I mean, I am...
You're crawling.
Crawling, like I'm slinking along the ground. I'm solid snaking, as it were.
Yeah. So let's see if he notices that you're there.
Can I make an effort to be stealthy about it?
Yeah. You can respond to this notice with your stealth. Oh, you have a very good chance. You did it. He does not notice you there.
Yay.
So he does not attempt to go any faster. And you make it to the foot of the machine.
I guess I try and crawl in.
Okay.
Like, is this a Gundam type thing? Like,
it's closer to an arm slave. So like it is kneeling and like in all fours, and the top half of it has folded forward to reveal the cockpit.
Okay.
Which is basically just you stand inside of it. It's similar in that way to the spacesuits, except it's more mechanical and less biological.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I have to try and get in it.
Okay. You start crawling up the side of it. The cockpit is not open at the moment because Denton had closed it when he was threatening you with the machine. So you'll have to figure out how to open it, which would be, I think, investigate.
Okay. Not notice?
Or, let's see. Notice is like passive. Investigate is active.
Okay.
I was going to say Matt Damon might be able to help, but he can't right now, can he?
No. I clench my butt anyway.
Yeah, nothing happens at the moment.
Okay.
However, as Denton is backing towards you, you see him twitch his head a little bit, and the robot opens up. It looks like he is preparing to get into it.
Perfect. Then I get into it first.
Okay. You drag yourself up into the machine's cockpit.
I am going to pull every lever, flick every switch, and push every button.
All right. I'm going to roll a percentile die here.
Okay.
You want high or low? You've got about a 10% chance of this doing anything. So do you want over 90 or under 10?
I'll go over 90.
Okay. All right. Unfortunately, you are pulling and twisting and doing your best impression of someone who's new to Bop It. But unfortunately, nothing that you pull on seems to do anything.
Okay, I flick it then. Twist it?
As you flick and twist it, it continues to be in its powered down state until you hear just outside Lane saying, "Oh, getting ready to run, you coward?" And then saying, "I'm not going to run, I'm going to crush you like a bug." And he does, which you can't see right now because you're in the cockpit, a real sweet backflip with his robes fluttering out around him to land on top of the robot. And then he sort of does a little step backwards to land nicely in the cockpit, but instead Denton is now in your lap.
Oh, I can't shoot him. I poke his stomach wound.
I mean, I give him a real mean hug.
Well, I don't have many options here.
Okay. So yeah, you essentially reach around and try to give him a hug, a mean hug.
Hold on.
Yep.
All of Matt Damon's functions are blocked, yeah?
Pretty much.
So even his like defense mechanisms?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how he's controlling the robot, do I? Oh, no. I just want to pull off his tiara.
You try and pull off his tiara?
Yeah.
Okay. So Denton is, at first, he's surprised to land on a person in his robot. He looks around and he sees you. And he says, "What? Well, this will work." And the robot seals up around both of you. It's very cramped. So you can try and wrestle off his tiara, but he is now controlling the robot somehow as you try to do that. And you are stuck inside this robot with him.
Or is he stuck inside this robot with me?
I mean, both. But given the history so far, it's more of the former.
Yeah, well, I'll see about that. I twist it.
Okay. So that'll be, I think this is burglary.
Oh, that's not a thing I'm good at.
Is it going to be, you're trying to steal something from him.
I don't need it. Oh, you know what? No, I do want it. I want that hat.
Okay.
Also because I'm just blindly assuming that it's some sort of mind control thing for the robot. Burglary, 0.
Okay. And I guess it's athletic. It's like, it can't be athletics in these closed quarters. So he's wrestling. It must be fight.
Aw.
The other option is that physique doesn't make sense. He's not going to flex his head.
I would.
Okay. All right. As you attempt to pull the crown from Denton's head, he just sort of slams his head back into your nose, leaving you dazed.
Great.
Okay. And then he does it again. He slams back into you with his head, and you'll need to defend against that.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Okay. So you've got 2 options here, looking at your sheet. You can be taken out, which means that Denton is essentially going to kidnap you, or you can take a major consequence and try to find some way out of this.
I'm taking that consequence.
Okay. So the major consequence here, I'm going to say is... All right, so he slammed his head into you. I'm going to say fractured skull.
Okay.
All right, how do you get out of this? Lean is outside. She has begun attacking the robot. She is sort of dancing in between it. Denton is trying to fight her while also wrestling you. So the robot's not doing much as she continues to attack at it with her wand, trying to peel it apart.
There's got to be an ejector seat.
There's
got to be some sort of button. So I'm looking for the do not touch this button.
Okay.
I feel like the cat in the Too Many Cooks video in the kitchen, just bloodied and battered.
Okay. This looks like some technology with which you are familiar. You know how this stuff works, or at least you know enough about it, at least you know enough about how it works that you could probably figure this out with a crafts roll.
Oh, thank God.
You're trying to recognize where in this technology.
Oh, come on!
Okay, but it is a big red button. So because this is passive resistance, that roll will succeed. You see the big red button. It's actually a thing that you pull dangling from the top.
Okay, I twist it.
Okay.
No.
Nothing happens.
Sorry. No. I'm sorry. That's just a Baba joke.
Yeah, I know.
I flick it. No, I pull it. I'll pull it.
Okay. As you grab it to pull it, Denton turns his head slightly and he's like, "What are..." And then there's that as the robot splits open and the seat, which is more of just like a bar that you're sitting on, ejects up into the sky at high speed. The two of you separate in the air, and you begin to fall, but Lean catches you, and she lands on the edge of this caldera, the upper part of it, and is looking down at you, and she starts to laugh and says, "Kept you waiting, huh?"
I pass out.
You pass out, and I think that's the end of our scene.
Oh, man. That did not go how I thought it would.
Didn't go how I thought it would either, and yet here we are. Okay.
Well,
so we're going to see how that shakes out the next time we tune in to Splinters of a Broken Sun. So until then, all the best.
Yeah, space squids.
Space squids. Thank you for joining us on this special episode of Splinters of a Broken Sun. You can find Jason at Singing Chemist on Twitter, and you can find the show at Broken Sun RPG. I'm Matt, your friendly guide. You can always find me at Y-Caliber. I'd like to take a moment to read our latest review from Make Love Like War in the United States. There are not enough Fate actual plays in the world, and this is a wonderful one. A great world that feels full and fleshed out from the jump, with a great sci-fantasy vibe to it. Wonderful and interesting characters, and the GM does a wonderful job with the flow of the story. If you haven't started listening yet, you need to fix that. Thank you so much for your review. If you would be so kind as to leave us a review on iTunes or on any of the other platforms on which you can find us, we would greatly appreciate it. Word of mouth is also the best way to grow our audience, and we'd love to share our story with as many people as possible. Until the next time, all the best.